Hey there, happy Wednesday and welcome. I am Dr. Nicole Steele, the confidence coach, here today serving up another cup of confidence. So, as always, if you are joining us for the very first time, welcome. And to those of you who are tuning in again, welcome back. All right, so let me start by thanking those of you who've been sending words of encouragement, have been sending emails and messages, letting me know how much our segments together have been blessing you. That is what it is all about. So that just blesses me. So if you're tuning in for the first time, I would love to hear from you, either in the comments, or shoot me an email, or just reach out and let me know that the word that is coming in and through me, because this stuff is not, it's not my thoughts and my ideas. They are all inspired by Christ to help us, all of us, I say us, not you, to help us all build our confidence on a daily basis. So if you haven't figured it out from some of our other segments, sometimes I serve up these cups of confidence with a lot of sugar. I make it sweet, kind of like my coffee. For those of you that know me, you would know that when I drink coffee, I like it with lots of cream and lots of sugar. My mother often says when we're making coffee together, she'll say, "Do you want coffee with that cream and sugar?" Because again, I have a lot of cream and sugar because that's how I like it. It goes down real sweet and easy, and it makes me feel good. But today I am serving this cup of confidence straight up. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time, go ahead and get yourself together and get ready to take it straight up, like a straight black cup of coffee. Okay. So today I want to speak to those of you. Some of you have been seeking answers about your life, maybe about your call, about your purpose, about a vision that God has given you. And you haven't gotten the answers that you needed. So you're waiting. You're waiting on the instructions. You're waiting on God to deliver your next move. Some of you may have been praying about ideas relating to a business idea. Some of you may be a little unsure about a relationship that you're in. You're wondering, is this the one? Or maybe you're in a relationship and you're wondering, should I stay or should I go? Oh my goodness, don't know what to do. So all of us, I think that we can agree in some area of our life are in a holding pattern and are waiting on answers. With that being said, I know that for me, I'll just speak for me. I like to be transparent. I know for me, oftentimes waiting does not work. And I think if you're honest with yourself, you'll say the same, that my waiting is not working. I've been waiting. Some of you have been waiting for a long, long, long time. You've had that idea, that dream, that vision. You've been prompted years and years, and you've had it on the shelf, and you've been waiting for the perfect time. You've been waiting for the people to help you. You've been waiting for the finances. You have been waiting for the perfect opportunity when you can clear everything else out of the way and you can make your pathway straight and you can focus your time and attention. But right now I don't have the time, so I gotta wait. But let me tell you, waiting is not working. Your waiting does not serve God. Your waiting does not help the people that are waiting for you to get into position and do that thing that God has called you to do. Your playing it safe and your waiting does not help the world. In case you did not know, time is of the essence, y'all. The clock is ticking. There's a lot of need out here in the world, and whether the thing that you're waiting on might be something that you consider to be kind of small and private, maybe it doesn't impact the world, but it's connected to somebody. Might be connected to your children. Maybe your children can no longer sit and let you wait another time, because your decision can catapult not just your destiny, but legacies that come behind you. Maybe you're waiting and you're not moving is connected to someone you've never ever met. But because of your experience in going through the process, you're going to be able to give them wisdom and guidance and instruction so they can get further faster. So maybe you're paving pathways. And so you need to get moving, because there's somebody, as you're sitting here waiting for instructions, they're waiting on you to get into position. So with that said, I want to tell you all about an interesting story. I thought I would come with my personal story. So last week, me and my sister from another mister, Dr. Dion Parker, my purpose partner, my business partner, my sister friend that I do life with. We spent 3 days of our life doing something that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But I want to take you back to December of 2019 and January of 2020, when we pulled out our calendars and we looked forward to what was going to happen this year. We had plans to attend a conference in Florida that was going to be held the last week in August. So we put it on our calendars, all of our calendars. You know how you have multiple calendars. So I had to make sure it was on all my calendars. And we set our minds and our hearts on what we were going to be doing come late summer, early fall of 2020. But like all of us, our world was just shaken with COVID-19. Nobody, that was not on our calendar. We did not foresee that coming, nor did you or anybody that we know. Who could have thought that we would find ourselves in the middle of the year, in the middle of a pandemic, almost on home arrest, wearing masks, not able to fly, all of that. So as COVID rolled out and our worlds were changed, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that conference became a non-priority, a non-issue. We took it off the calendar because we couldn't fly. We couldn't fly anywhere. So fast forward. In the meantime, we still had questions, because COVID, though it rocked our world, though it changed our life, though it took our breath away, though it took us some time to get ourselves together from that reality, COVID did not disrupt God's plan and his call on our lives. COVID did not negate or cancel the fact that he has called us to empower ladies, leaders, and little girls. The assignment did not get canceled. The assignment on my life and on her life and on the lives of those that we're connected to did not get canceled because of COVID. So with that said, we still had questions. God, how are we going to do this? When? Where? There's no way that we can do the things that you have planned for us to do when we came out the gate in January. We can't do those things now. So we had to take a moment to pivot. You've heard that word. We do sessions on pivoting and not panicking, but we had to do that very thing. We had to get our whole lives together. So fast forward a couple of weeks ago. Now this conference, let me tell you about this conference. This conference we were going to was going to be life-changing. It was welcoming leaders from all over the globe. I mean, it was a big, big, big deal. It was a big investment of time and resources and all of that. But we knew when we put it on our calendar for late August, it could really change our lives forever. So later on I guess maybe in early August, we received words from the people who were going to be hosting the conference that they too were pivoting. And they had to reimagine, how do we offer this same experience to all of the people who were planning to come from all around the world to Florida? How do we deliver it on a virtual platform? So they opened up registration for this virtual conference. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you. Like you, I have been doing things virtually all summer long. And the thought of a 3-day conference virtually, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to be able to do that. I could not imagine, especially because they had a jam-packed schedule. They weren't talking about a little mini conference. They were talking about full day, sun up, sundown conference, sessions, workshop, network. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's too much. 3 days, not to speak for, this is one of the busiest times of my life. This time of year is crazy. So anyway, I was like, yeah, I don't have time. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I just told myself all of the reasons why that was not going to work for me. And so in my mind, though I still had questions and I was praying and saying, God, how and when, and all of that, I it was so funny. I decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and catch it in 2021. I'll be good. COVID will be gone. Hopefully, praise God. Hopefully, COVID will be gone. We'll be able to jump on a plane and experience it in the live section. So God has a funny sense of humor. I don't know if you all experience this, but oftentimes I get this little check in my spirit. Sometimes, some of you may be thinking, when people say, I hear God and God says and God spoke, and I think God is not talking to me. What do they mean God is saying? Well, God doesn't talk to me audibly, though I guess he could, but yeah, that would freak me out. He probably doesn't talk to me audibly because he know I would be heading to heaven because I would be frightened. It would just freak me out. But he does speak to me every single day, and he speaks in my spirit. I love it because God whispers oftentimes. And so we got to be listening. He speaks to us through people, through his word, through the Holy Spirit that's within us, through all kinds of means. But okay, I'm going back. I'm going somewhere. So back to the conference. When they put the registration out, and I had made up in my mind, and actually, Dr. D and I talked, and we was like, yeah, no, it's not going to work. Nope. We're going to keep on moving. There was a little whisper at the last minute. I'm talking about days before the registration was to close, where we got this crazy thought that, does he want us to go to this virtual conference? So Dr. D jumped first. She did. She jumped first. And she's in there. And registration is what I'm saying. She registered and she's like, oh my gosh. She didn't read all the details. And she calls me panicking. I registered. Did you register? I said, no, I ain't registered because I'm not going. So long story short, we both ended up pushing the button. And boy, oh boy, am I glad that I did. You know why? Because the answers that we were seeking were activated on the other side of our obedience, on the other side of our yes. That 3-day conference, y'all, that we ended up spending 3 whole days and nights in virtually was life-changing. It was so incredible. Things became crystal clear. And I just shudder to think, what would have happened if we hadn't pushed the button? Would we still be sitting here with uncertainty, cloudy, confused, on pause, just waiting to proceed forward because we were waiting on instructions? Would we had to have waited until next year sometime to move forward with these things that God had given us? Because the answers that we had been seeking and praying and talking about and stirring around and trying to figure it out, getting a head pump, in the words of my sister Audra Mack, trying to figure it out on our own, the answers, again, were on the other side of our yes. So with that being said, you might not have a conference. This whole thing, you might be like, okay, and what does that have to do with me? Well, let me tell you what it has to do with you. There is something that you have been waiting to say yes to. Something that you, I don't know what that thing is, have been called to do, have been prompted to do. God has pricked you. He has prompted you. He's whispered in your ear, or maybe he has sent smoke signals and all kind of things that you just been ignoring because you ain't ready. Whatever it is, there is something that you have been waiting to do. And I'm here to tell you, your answers are on the other side of your yes. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, I need all the details before I can say yes, because I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. I'm not sure. God's going to have to lay it all out. Well, let me tell you, you're going to be waiting all your life because that's not the way that God operates. His requirement is to shine light on the step that you're on and to direct your path to the next step. He is not obligated to show you all the steps along the pathway way on down the line. So stop waiting for that. Today, I challenge you to pick one thing, just one, that you can say yes to. It may be something as simple as making a phone call. It may be something as simple as researching. It may be something as simple as starting the first couple of lines of that book that you had in your spirit. It may be researching to see if the name of that company is available. That domain, is it available that you can at least just go ahead and pay the $15 or $12 or $7 with whoever you use to lock down the domain. You don't have to build a website today, but what is the one thing that you can say yes to? Okay? It may be that relationship. It may be saying yes to having a hard conversation that you've been sugarcoating and just tiptoeing around, but you know you got to have that conversation. Go ahead and make the appointment. Some of y'all need to make an appointment to see a counselor. Look, I got a counselor, y'all, and my counselor is phenomenal. She is thebomb.com. And guess what? I don't really have anything in particular wrong, but I go for regular maintenance. I sure do. I make appointments for maintenance because I got a lot going on. So some of you may have been avoiding making a doctor's appointment. Maybe you got something going on in your body and you've just been so busy. And I got to make the appointment. But I don't know because I don't know. And make the appointment. What is that one thing that you can do today that may unlock, may activate the answers that you have been waiting for? That's your challenge today. It is tight, but it's right. I'm telling you this based on, as I always say, not what I think, but what I know. Again, I shudder to think what would have happened if I had stayed complacent, me and Dr. D, and allowed that opportunity, that life-changing opportunity to pass us by. So I would love to hear what your one thing is. And you can tell me on the front end, or you can tell me on the back end. Hey, Dr. Nicole, I did it. I made the appointment. I pushed the button. I wrote my first paragraph of my book. Whatever it is, I would love to hear from you because guess what? I am team you. I want to see you win. Listen, I'm trying to win, but I'm not trying to win by myself. I am trying to help you win as well. So leave your comments, shoot me an email, just holler at me. I would love to celebrate your success because we are walking this thing out step by step by step. And let me say this for those of you that may be like, well, this message is not for me because you know what? I'm already stepping out. I'm already doing big things. I'm already out here. This message is for you too, sugar. Because guess what? As long as we have breath in our bodies, God is going to be stretching us. He's going to be prompting us and taking us to newer heights. So even for those of you that are tuning in that are well accomplished, you got all the receipts, you are doing big things. I say, yes, but guess what? There's even greater for you to do. So look hard and deep and find that one thing and step out and say yes, because your waiting is not working. I'm Dr. Nicole, the confidence coach, and I have enjoyed hanging out with you today. I invite you to share this message. You might have a sister, a friend, a brother, anybody, somebody who could be encouraged today. You want to be that prompting in their back saying, girl, you can do this. I believe in you. Send this message to encourage him or her. Okay? Share it and also subscribe. And if you find yourself, maybe you know what that one thing is, but you are paralyzed with fear or uncertainty in how to activate that yes, I invite you to hop on over to my personal website, The Real Nicole Steele, and check out our coaching and our consulting services, as well as our strategy sessions. We can do a C3 strategy session with you to help you get from stuck to moving forward in your purpose. So God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. God bless.